Good evening, hockey fans. On February 20th, 2025, the Four Nations Face-Off Championship provided one of the most thrilling spectacles in recent memory, as the United States took on Canada in a matchup that lived up to all the hype. The stage was set at TD Garden in Boston for what was bound to be an unforgettable game. And as expected, the rivalry didn't disappoint. After 60 minutes of regulation and an intense overtime period, Canada emerged victorious with a 3-2 win. From the opening puck drop, both teams came out with speed and intensity. The first few minutes were a back-and-forth exchange of chances as both squads looked to set the tone early. But it was Canada who struck first. At 6:15 of the first period, Nathan MacKinnon picked up a loose puck in the neutral zone, broke away with lightning speed, and snapped a perfect wrist shot past U.S. goaltender Juuse Saros. Canada led 1-0, and MacKinnon's performance throughout the tournament would only further cement his status as the tournament's MVP. But the United States wasn't about to let their northern neighbors run away with it. Just 10 minutes later, Brady Tkachuk, who had been an offensive force for Team USA all tournament long, got his stick on a rebound in front of the Canadian net and buried it behind Canadian goalie Connor McDavid. The crowd roared as the U.S. had tied things up at 1-1. The energy was electric, and it was clear this game would be a classic. The middle frame started with both teams looking to assert themselves, and it was the U.S. who seized the momentum. A little over 5 minutes into the period, Jake Sanderson made a brilliant play from the blue line, stepping into a loose puck on the power play and sending a laser beam past McDavid to put the U.S. ahead 2-1. The Americans' bench erupted, and it seemed like they were in control. But Canada wasn't rattled. The Canadians are known for their resilience, and they proved it once again. With less than 4 minutes to go in the period, Sam Bennett found himself in the right place at the right time. Off a rebound from a point shot, Bennett hammered the puck past Saros to tie the game at 2-2. It was a clutch goal from a player who's always been a key contributor in big moments, and it was clear this one wasn't going to be decided without a fight. With the score deadlocked at 2-2, the third period took on an even more intense tone. Both teams tightened their defensive structures, and knowing the next mistake could be the one that decided the game. The physicality ramped up as players threw their bodies around, blocking shots and fighting for possession in the corners. Power plays came and went for both teams, but neither could find the breakthrough they needed. The U.S. had a couple of good chances, but McDavid stood tall, making key saves to keep Canada in it. On the other side, Saros was equally impressive in turning away Canadian attempts with his quick reflexes. As the clock ticked down, it became clear that this game would go to overtime. Fans held their breath, knowing that in international hockey, anything could happen in a sudden death scenario. It was the kind of game where every pass, every shot, and every check felt like it could be the deciding factor. And then it came. Overtime. The tension in the building was palpable. Every fan, every player, and every coach was on the edge of their seat, knowing the next goal would be the final one. It didn't take long for the game to be decided. At 11:42 of overtime, Connor McDavid, arguably the best player in the world, received a perfect pass from Mitch Marner in the slot. McDavid, with his trademark speed and precision, made no mistake, firing the puck past Saros and sending Canada to victory.